What is up, my little Deinos? Vepsis, your coach of the Helsinki Hydreigons, and we are back for the NCP Season 4 Week 2 battle when we go up against JayVee and his team being the Atlanta Victinis. He's actually taking over a team over someone else who dropped after Week 1, like without saying anything to the league, which was a little bit worrisome, so hopefully everything is fine with him. But either way, we got to play now JayVee, who thankfully was able to pretty quickly take over the team. And now we are gonna be making up for the Week 2 battle that I've been waiting for quite a bit of while. So hopefully I remember the team quite well. And yeah, make sure to check his side out as well. And all of the other coaches as well, as they're uploading on Sundays the battles in itself. And he's someone that we didn't get to play in UBO Season 5, which is still going. And hopefully sooner than later the playoff picture will be revealed. But this is gonna be first time I'm gonna be playing him in Draft League format, so I'm excited for that. And now let's go and see what he's gonna be bringing. Also his roster, I'll try to now onwards, or my opponent's rosters, to figure out how I'll show them, since we don't use the website, we use the document instead. But he brings Conkeldurr, Toxtricity, Porygon C, Weavile, Turtonator, and Skarmory. So interesting team proposition from his side, I didn't expect, but that's okay. Amogus is there for Toxtricity, Diancie helps with the Porygon C and Turtonator especially, I'll have to keep it for that for sure. He might lead with, in all intents and purposes, with Skarmory, because he noticed I don't have Rotom Heat on this team, and he didn't bring the Gastrodon either. But I'll start out with the AZELF, because it checks the Skarmory right from the get-go, and since I didn't bring the Rotom Heat, he would be thinking like, oh, Skarmory has a pretty good matchup and I don't have immediate ways to threaten him with it. But I'll lead out with that. He didn't also bring Mew, which is a huge surprise. That was actually one big one that he didn't bring. That catch me off guard, but we'll see how this is gonna be going. I think Slowbro deals with the Conkeldurr. It has the Cobo Berry for the knockoff from that and Weavile. I have Body Press to hit with that. Corviknight is a little bit also, well, it's there for Weavile. So everything on my team definitely has work cut out for themselves. AZELF is also kind of there just to be able to break his core that I thought defensively wise he could have brought, but he didn't bring as much defense that I thought he might have. Also, I did prepare for my previous opponent in itself. Okay, so we see the Skarmory. So we're gonna be going for the Flamethrower, and hopefully he thinks that we are hazard stacking lead and not offensive. So we'll go for the Flamethrower straight out and not think about it too much. This might be his primary way to check my Urshifu, so he's gonna be playing around this properly and swapping out into the Turtonator, which will be quad resisting this hit, which is good for him. For this scenario, I think Diancie is my safest play, which I will go into. I don't want to risk AZELF taking a huge hit for no reason, because I want to keep in mind that AZELF is my premier way to deal with this Skarmory. Precise. Diancie having Mystical Fire to hit it as well. But we're gonna be swapping out. He might think I'm choiced. Or yeah, I don't have U-turn in general, which is the latter part that I don't have. He does go for the Flamethrower, which is a safe play from his side. And we should be taking this just fine. And we are gonna be reviewing our leftovers now. His best swaps will be Toxtricity or the Skarmory itself. I'm gonna Mystical Fire thinking the Skarmory might show up. So ideally I can 2-hit KO from there. And like, this thing shouldn't be able to threaten me too much 1v1. He does stay in, interesting. I didn't expect him to stay in like that. But I get the special attack drop for what it's worth. He has Flash Cannon. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, but good thing we have... Okay. He had the Flash Cannon. I forgot this thing gets access to it, so... Do I have other ways to play around this? I could go into my Slowbro because it's minus... defend. It's minus special attack. I think I'll do the Slowbro to get a slow teleport off. Okay. That was a little bit worrisome that he had that, so I'm gonna keep the Diancie healthy and not, yeah, It's better off for me to get around this like this. And then I might just teleport here. Yeah, I'll teleport to keep up the momentum. Hopefully he brings out something like a Skarmory again. So I can take advantage of that from there. He does go into this Skarmory, good. Good. So we get the teleport off. And now I go back to the AZELF, and this time around I'm gonna be going for the Psychic straight out. Because it's gonna break this thing sturdy, and it's gonna hit the Turtonator a lot harder. And maybe 2-hit KO it if it's not really bulky. So we're gonna be going for the Psychic now. And see what he does. He does withdraw. Ideally I get the Turtonator. Raphael, which is going to be the Turtonator. Hopefully I can just 2-hit KO this thing. We are going to be very offensive AZELF. Yeah, we are modest AZELF, so this should be able to take you off from here, and we get rid of the Turtonator. Unless he chooses to preserve this thing, but that was a really big hit that I got that one right. And we'll see. Like, again, if he swaps into something like Vival, as he's gonna be withdrawing and preserve it, he does go back to the Skarmory. Okay, he might think I'm choiced. Okay, this is actually a lot better for me. Oh, I got a huge... That's a critical hit. It wasn't. Damn. AZELF is doing more hits. And the master of all elements is doing way too much damage for even for me to be understanding it. Its full potential. And there we go. AZELF is able to take care of the Skarmory. He really thought that I was a choice card with this thing. Beautiful, we got rid of the Skarmory. That is very huge for my Urshifu now. Urshifu is looking fantastic with the Choice Scout set. Just clicking close combat and wicked blow pretty much for free. Even if he has resistance to its dual stab in the back, they won't be wanting to take it at all. So now I really like that for my end. I have to be careful some setup threats, like the Toxicity, and especially Porygon Z is very spooky mode for me to deal with. As he goes into Lemonade, which is the Vival. So, Corviknight literally doesn't have any other purpose than to try to switching on this, and I say trying, as in if this is banded. And goes for triple actual, it might 2-hit KO me with 3 hits, so that's really scary. Thankfully Pursuit is not in the game currently, because otherwise I would have lost AZELF right there and there. But let's see what he goes for. I think Knockoff is coming into my way. But let's see. He does go for the Knockoff. And it will do decent amount of damage to me. And I'm gonna be roosting. I need this thing healthy. He will be able to gain initiative with this, swapping out into Turtonator or Toxicity. And it's gonna be the Turtonator. And I'm gonna be going for the roost. I'm gonna actually check how fast this thing needs to be to outspeed my... Would it have to be max speed to outspeed Corviknight, or what is the case? He would have to be literally max speed to outspeed me. I think what I'll do is that I'll go into Slowbro. Yeah, I think I'll go into Slowbro and then pivot into Diancie and then Moonblast. Moonblast should be able to pick this Turtonator off. So I pivot into Sean, it should be able to leave any one hit. As he does go for the Flash Cannon. Good. That's what I like to see. So, from here, I could just hard swap into Diancie. Which I will do, because I should be able to gain health with leftovers. And if he does go for the Draco, I will be immune to that. So I gain health in the progress. He shouldn't click Flamethrower or Flash Cannon again. If he swaps into something else, I still gain the recovery from there. And I should be good to go. The absolute worst case scenario would be that he swaps into Vival hard on this. But I'm not sure if that would be his play. Even like obviously not knowing what I would be doing. I will swap, and I would think I'm swapping first, because I'm slower, so it means that he stayed in. He does go for the Shaker Meteor. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. And now I'll just go for the Moonblast to gain some damage. And I would like to think it takes this thing off. I'm gonna quickly just check this as well, so I'm not bullshitting anyone. It should do 30% at minimum. If it's PDF. So I wanna say this thing should take it off. Come on, Diancie. There we go, Diancie. Good job. And we gain extra 12% with those couple of turns thanks to leftovers, and we got rid of the Turtonator. So pretty good exchange for me in that sense. And officially that is the first kill that we got this season, which is a pretty shame for me to say, but last week was a little bit a tougher ride with the timer, and both me and Shaco King bring such a bulky teams, and I was pretty much in a back foot. Even with how it turned out to be the case. And he goes into this thing right from the get-go. Huh. I don't know what you're supposed to be doing, but I'll Moonblast. You substitute on me. I don't understand this. Like, I would think I'll break your sub. Yeah, I'll break your sub. Your sub leftovers. And I'm gonna be able to gain some health throughout the progress as well, so I'll just keep going for the Moonblast. This is probably the one, like this and Vival, the things that I worried the most. That what kind of set they would be. He is Nasty Blood on it. So it's gonna be hurting, but Diancie should not have other purpose than dealing this with this thing anymore, cause the Turtonator is cut down, and we did so much damage to you. Okay. So Diancie, as long as you live this thing, you beat this thing as well 1v1, which is pretty much what you needed to here to be for. So Tiffany, please do this for me. Like, I've been missing you so much since you haven't been until the most recent DLC available to us. And he does go for the Thunderbolt. I would like to think I'll take this. There we go, Diancie. You're such a queen, man. What a girl, man. Holy crap, she's a keeper. And we get a critical hit just for... Well, I guess that was the most unnecessary turn to even get a crit. But I guess it's a good thing that he came from there, so we don't get any... it's kind of like you would always, like I always hope I don't get hacks, but I don't want to hacks my opponent either, because I don't like, if I were to win, I don't want it to have any kind of gray area to like, oh, I won because of that. Like, I want to win cleanly, if anything. So he brings out his Vival, which probably is gonna click triple axle if anything, so I'm gonna be going into Slowbro here. I don't think they're like... It's either Steel Move, like Iron Tail or Meta Claw, or it's gonna be Triple Axle. You're not clicking Knockoff in front of that. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go, Sean. And he got one hit off. That's really unfortunate, but... What I can do here is that I'll go for the Body Press, I'll get damage on something. I don't fear the Toxicity in the back because I have the Amoonguss to deal with it. He does go for the Knockoff, we have the Colbo Berry. So we'll pick it off from there. And, okay. So now we have just the Toxicity. We have just the Toxicity and the Conkeldurr to worry about. Good. Good, good, good. This is going a lot better than I was willing to hope for. Because this wasn't by any means a easy matchup. I really need to make sure... for future references to, I guess, bring out like a screenshot in the top left corner to show the matchup before we jump into the game. That's probably what I have to do from now on, for you guys to be able to see it. Because normally, like in UBL, we have the website available, so for those that haven't actually done it, like there's always a link to see my opponent's whole team and their schedule and how their mods have been doing thus far. And he does go for the Volt Switch. And the Conkeldurr probably will show up. Well, that's the only thing that is left, so it has to show up. Come on now. But for that thing, I think I'll just go into my Corviknight. Let's see if you're Flame Ball. You are Flame of Gods, okay. So he's probably clicking Facade if anything. So that's why I'm thinking Corviknight is the play. Corviknight will be my play from here. He might be, like, I would think this Conkeldurr still gets one more kill, so I don't expect still to be a 6-0 by any means. Like, I would think I should win this by in all intents and purposes. Unless something really off guard happens that I choke this one out, but I try to make sure that I don't choke. Currently I would think the only thing I can choke on is the toxicity, so that's why I have to keep the Amoonguss. And he does go for the Facade. He does go for it. And here, I think I'll just Brave Bird for the damage. I'm not gonna start thinking about the 6 or whatever if I would even have chance to. But he does swap out. He's fighting back. Which is good to see from his side that he's doing this. Like, he's not giving up. Like, if I would have gone for U-turn, it would have been completely over. But like, at this point I'm like, alright, I'll just play straightforward as I should be doing at this point. He's gonna be clicking Volt Switch. There's no reason not to. But like, I have a Amoonguss to deal with this thing. I have a Amoonguss to deal with this thing. He will pick one more Mon with that Conkeldurr. I'm pretty confident that will happen. For sure. It's just a matter of letting it happen. And then I bring something like AZELF in and I'll just kill most likely 2 things. Or at least 1 thing. Because I don't know if that toxicity is Scarf or not. It could be at this point, because he hasn't... I don't think he has really a review. Like, there's nothing else on his team being Scarf, so it still could be that. So he'll probably go for the Facade. Or Close Combat. Do I feel like playing around this? No, I don't. I'll just go in. I'll give him Corviknight if he's able to kill it with Close Combat. If he's willing to let me have that. I'm willing to have this one more. It's also about that and means just playing it safe. As he goes for the knockoff. Which won't do all too much. I think I'll now click the U-turn. I'll click the U-turn now, cause I would go into Slow Pro next if he gets this one right. Yeah, he swaps, okay, so now I think I get a kill with AZELF. Yeah, cause the Choice Scarf Urshifu won't be able to kill anything guaranteed yet. Like, I would get some big damage on Conkeldurr, but then it's gonna force me out. I think AZELF always lives 1 hit from full. Let me check this really quickly, just to make sure that I'm not messing things up. Toxicity. Choice specs, but let's change it to Scarf and Modest level 50. Boom Burst can kill me. Boom Burst can kill me, so I could go into just the Amoonguss here. Or I go into Urshifu to Wicked Blow. Let's go to Urshifu. Let's have Urshifu a little bit of fun, and we can at least get the thumbnail out of Wicked Blow, if anything. That's the selling point now when I decided to do this, that yeah, that's the reason why we do this. So, we just Wicked Blow. That's gonna be our play of choice. We outspeed it because we are Choice Scarf, off the chance he was. And if he were Choice Scarf, he knows it by now. Of course we get a critical hit, because that's the Wicked Blow man hit! Finally gets his debut kill as well, and hopefully this week is finally gonna be like, alright, this is our... Like, last week was a mulligan, hopefully. And this week is truly finally showing what we can do when we are up on our game and we have prepared properly for this game. His only move would be clicking Fighting move or anything like that. I'll pivot into, like, I'll try to play for a 6, so if I don't get it, like, whatever, like, there's a good chance this is gonna be a 5 or not a 6, so, but I'll try to see if I can pull it off. Let's see, what does he go for? Mach Punch. Mach Punch, and we should live this. We should live this. So we go for the Psychic. We go for the Psychic. There goes the knockoff. We live it, cause Sean is a fucking beast and there's no item anymore. And we go for the Psychic. And this should pick it off. And there we go, man. Finally. We bounce back. Well, finally. It was 1 week. But it's feeling to forever since I've been having to think back on that game with Shaco King. And now the blade is starting to be clean again. We have a 0 differential again. We don't have to look at that -6 with a shame. And now we can look at it 1 and 1 and plus 0 differential. Be like, alright. Now we are better off for the rest of the season and just make sure that we win enough to make the playoffs. That's still the primary goal. There's no matter like what the how many games I win and how much. It's more so that, okay, secure top 8 seed, and that's good enough for me. But this was something that I would have needed, and I apologize, JayVee. I didn't mean to like 6-0 just sake of it. It's more so because I got 6-0 last week, so I need every bit of differential that I can get. But make sure to check his side out. I have seen his videos when he joined the UVL just to get to know who is the new guy that I haven't seen before, and kind of knowing him also before playing him today. And he seems like a really cool guy, so make sure to check him out. And from his side and all of the other battles that have been going up on week 2. I hope that I get this up on Sunday. If not, this is probably gonna be 1 day later because I'm playing in Sunday for this battle on the date that it's been uploaded. So if there's a delay, I apologize, but that's mainly reason to it, besides the fact that there was a coach that was swapped for this week who I would be playing. But until week 3, when we go up against Sean Jr., who is one of the commissioners of the league, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys later.